What's going on, people, and welcome back to Totalozspurs. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Sheffield United 1, and we broke the Manager of the Month curse. Every time the manager gets Manager of the Month, Tottenham loses. But we broke it, and we broke it in unnatural fashion. Before we get into it, guys, please make sure you are liking and subscribing to the channel. And we are on the road to 200 subs. So please, if you enjoy our content, if you enjoy the stuff that we bring, make sure you are subbing to the channel and liking the video, because all of that helps with the algorithms, guys. We do this for the fun of it, and we want to make sure that you guys are liking what we're bringing too. So make sure you do hit the comments down below too, and let us know your thoughts and your feelings on the game, and just whatever we talk about in general. So for 98 minutes of that game, I'm sure if you guys watched the stream, it was utter disaster. And not from a sense, from a Tottenham Hotspur performance sense. We couldn't really finish, but the refereeing was diabolical. I've never seen such poor refereeing. I think the guys should be dropped, and VAR. There's a definite penalty on Maddison. Fotheringham should have had a red card for handling the ball outside the box on purpose. Basham should have had a second yellow. One for the yellow card he got originally, and then for the penalty, and the amount of time wasting, which ultimately became the downfall of Sheffield United. But the amount of time wasted in this game was absolutely ridiculous, and I think only one yellow card got done for time wasting. We won't get on too much of the rest because, at the end of the day, sometimes you just get those games where the refs just give everything to the other team. But I've got to big up the team, the mental aptitude of the team, the fact that the boys kept pushing to the end, and the fact that the players like Richarlison and Kulu, who have both, for me, mentally have lost confidence in themselves, especially Kulu over the last year, and then obviously Richarlison with his recent out-talkings of his mental health. They really broke that barrier and came through for us when we needed them. But let's start at the start of the match. We were dominating the game, the whole game. Our passing was great. Basuma, once again, immense man of the match for me. I know everyone's giving it to pretty much Richarlison because of his goal and assist. But for me, if you're going to go for the overall game, Basuma was once again immense. I think he's the most critical part of our team. Obviously, creatively, Maddison going forward, but I think just Basuma just makes everything tick. And he got into the box and possibly could have done better with his shot. Obviously had a great assist for Marley, which he dribbled like 17 players by the looks of it, and gave a great ball across the box for his striker to score. But he did that again. He dribbled straight into the box, and he had a poor shot. I feel like he could have taken the shot a bit earlier. But he, for me, is He's the main guy for us. He's our Musa Dembele that we had years ago. And for me, Musa Dembele, no one really realised how good Musa was until he left. And I feel like we're going to have the same thoughts on Basuma. But Maddison, again, was immense. Sarr pushing. Big ups to Porro and Udogie, as they say. I've got to give it to Udogie. For me, he's been the guy to go underneath the radar. He's been so good every game, especially coming in that midfield, going into that midfield, running the inverted fullback line. Links up very, very well with Perisic and started to develop with Solomon. Don't think he has that with Sonny yet, when Sonny plays on the left, but I think Sonny's going to predominantly play in the middle from now on. But I think we've got a baller in Udogie, and for me, if it wasn't for Basuma and Maddison playing so well, Udogie would be my player of the season so far. I think he's been great in every game he's played. Hasn't really made too many mistakes, and I'm excited to see him against Saka this weekend. But we'll get into that in the match preview. Won't get too much onto him for that. Can't really complain about the goal. It was a poor goal. No one really tracked Hammer at the back post. It was against the play. It was the traditional Tottenham way. We dominate the team. We don't finish our chances, and then they score a goal. And the Tottenham of old would have let them win. But this is not the Tottenham of old. This is Andrew's Tottenham, and what mentality it was for the team and for Ange. And I'll get onto Ange. There's a few things that there's one thing I think he did wrong, but everything else he did right. And I've got to give it to Romero as well. He's just completely changed. There's a scene where there's a little bit where Royal is going off at Tom Davies, and Romero's the one pulling him away. Being a leader, being a team captain, pulling his player away from trouble and telling him to calm down. Something's happened. I don't know if it's Ange. I don't know if it's Van der Ven, who also had a decent game again. But something's different about Romero this season, and it feels like he really, really, really has matured. And obviously, he's still young. I think he's 23, 24. So he's getting to most men don't mature until they're 25 fully. And it seems like he's starting to develop as a man himself and as a player. And I don't know if that's Van der Ven. I don't know if that's Vicario at the back. I don't know if that's Ange Postecoglou. But all I know is that Romero is different gravy this season. This is the Romero that we saw glimpses of in the first season under Conte. But he's so calm and collected now. He's so mature. Couldn't really do much for the goal. Any of the back line, it was from a set piece. We've got to do better though at tracking. I don't like our zonal marking. We've got to start man marking more. And then you go to the front three, and Sonny pressure all game. Created so many errors from Fotheringham. Unlucky a few times to not get better shots off. Solomon once again turning players inside out. He had a good game again. And then Kulusevski. I've been very critical of Kulusevski the last 6 months. I feel like he should have been dropped. He hasn't been bringing too much. I feel like his confidence has been shot, but he was a lot more confident getting in on his right, getting in on his left, and then the mental strength he had to score that winner on his weaker foot, the foot that everyone says he can't hit with, was immense. And I've got to give my big ups to Kulu. I've been very critical of him, but I've got to give praise where it's due. He was immense the whole game, a much better game from Kulu, and that's what I want to see from Kulusevski on that right-hand side. Going to the subs, was very surprised to not see them sooner. That's the only criticism I have of Ange Postecoglou. I feel like we really should have brought on Ritchie and Johnson in the 60th minute. It clearly wasn't. We weren't getting through. And I feel like fresh legs would have really hurt the Sheffield backline. But brought them on late, and we won the game. So there's no point me complaining about it. Big ups to Richarlison for taking that header, scoring that goal, breaking his mental barrier that he had there. What I loved about it was last year at Liverpool when he scored the goal to equalise, he lost his shit. He ran around, was like he scored the Champions League final winner. And then they went and scored the other end. This time he scored it, calm, collected. He knew, I can't get too excited. It's only a draw. We've got to win this. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Stuffed the celebrations. Did a little bit of a jump, back into it. I love that from him. I love the fact that he didn't over celebrate. He knew, okay, I've got the goal. I can't over celebrate. I can't overthink this. We've got a game to play. And Johnson, I'm fortunate for Johnson for being offside. Everybody's been comparing him to that Dele-esque kind of play that he did, but I think we've got a baller in Johnson. I don't think he's going to hit the heights that everyone expects him. Like everyone's comparing him to Gareth Bale, but I think we can unlock something in him. He's got pace, got great control, and he seems to love the team. When Kulu scored, I saw him running around with Basuma celebrating like he'd scored the winner. There's a lot of good team cohesion, and Johnson's just slotted straight in. And I think he's going to be a great asset coming on. And there's the change when Ange took off Van der Ven to bring on Perisic. And for me, I did, and then he took off Porro for Royal. And I was like, what's going on? Like we're gonna play like is Basuma gonna drop in? No. He trusted a doggy and Royal to sit in as those three at the back with Romero, and he pushed the team forward. And for me, that's something we haven't seen at Tottenham before even Pochettino, where we had a secondary plan, a secondary formation, not like Conte, where he's like, we'll just put three in the middle instead of two, and have two up top instead of three. This was a whole different style of play of You three sit back, hold the width. Basuma protects them, and then Johnson, Richarlison, Kulusevski, Perisic, Madison can push forward and try to get this, and it worked. Doggy pushed high, won the ball, gave it out to Perisic. Perisic gave it to Richarlison. Great composure to roll it to Kulusevski. Kulusevski banged it home and won the game. Like I said, the only thing I can criticise of Angel was it should have been done sooner. But in hindsight, you look at it, at the end of the day, we won the game. What do I know? Perfect substitution. It's a great game to lead into the North London derby, and this is going to be different gravy. For me, the next two games is going to be an indication of where we're at as a club and as a team. I'm not going in there confident, but I have a little bit of optimism that we can actually get something out of the Arsenal game. We always lose going away to the Emirates. But just seeing this team and the way the fans have gone around them and the scenes and even the images of the bench coming off, Vicario sprinting the whole pitch to celebrate with the team. It's a different culture we've built in only 2 months under Ange, and it's completely different to what Conte brought in. And I'm loving it. For me, I know everyone goes, "Oh, we're all about vibes." I can see this. I can see this team, this manager, winning something with Tottenham if we progress, and they're progressing. We're very much ahead of where we wanted to be under Ange. So there is going to be some bumps in the road, but I'm very positive that I think Ange can be the one to bring us something. I'm not saying Premier League. I'm not saying Champions League. Could be an FA Cup. Could be a Europa League. But I do think Ange can bring us something. And if he hasn't brought us anything, he's brought the fan base together and he's brought the team together. And let's hope we can all work together to get rid of Lord Voldemort as our leader, because we won't get too much into him. We'll get onto the show this weekend on Saturday. There's a lot of stuff that's been going around the club. The fan meeting that's happening with with Ange, Sonny, and Levy. That'll be happening probably when I'm recording this video in a couple of hours. So we'll definitely talk about that, and then we'll get you the Arsenal match review out sometime this week. But before I go, guys, once again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Road to 200. We love all of you. Great banter in the comments on our live stream. So make sure you bring those banter into the comments on our recorded videos. We'll talk a bit more about our EAFC setup. Comes out this Friday. I've got a week off coinciding with it being released, so we're going to be bringing some content for you like that. So if you are into your EAFC or your FIFA, please make sure you stay tuned for that. So make sure you stay safe, guys. Make sure you take it easy, and as we always say here at Total Spurs, guys, stay Spursy.